From the CDC Griffiths gnat, using a little bit different technique with the loop dubbing of the CDC, we're now going to move on to an elk hair caddis. To start with, we'll just use a standard dry fly hook with the ring eye. We'll get that in our vise, and we'll attach our thread. Just get our thread going. And for the body material, we're going to use some peacock. If you're wanting to use a tan body, you can just put some tan dubbing on your thread if you want. But one of the most successful dry fly or elk hair caddis colors happens to be peacock, so we're going to use that. Once we have our peacock herl tied in, I'm going to next tie in some hackle. For that, I'm going to use one of Whiting's new dyed colors, which is a peacock color saddle. That way when we wrap our peacock together, along with the saddle, you won't be able to hardly tell the difference. So we get our saddle tied in there. And to make this thing float like a cork, we're going to add some CDC as well. And just like the Griffiths gnat, we're going to form a loop, close our loop, and bring our thread forward. Then we're going to attach our stonefly loop dubbing tool. And just to make life easier like we did before, I've already prepared some CDC in our material clip. So I'm going to stick that right in there. Grab the CDC, give it a few turns, lock it in the thread there, and we're going to add another clip pull. Stick that in, and take a few more turns of thread, making sure that CDC is locked between the thread. And we might as well add just a hair more since I already have it prepped for it. That way we're assured we're not going to run out of the CDC. Now that we have all the CDC in here, I'm going to close the loop and twist it. That way the CDC won't fall out. And just like what we did with the Griffiths gnat, we're going to take our peacock herl, but this time as well with the hackle, and bring it all together. Now we've got three different materials going on here. I just like to twist it by my hand. I'm going to twist the hackle, the CDC, and the peacock all at the same time, creating one rope of material here. And like I said earlier, if you want a little bit lighter colored bodied material versus the peacock, all you have to do is dub your thread first and then lay that in here in place of the peacock. Now we're ready to wrap this forward. And with that first wrap, you can see some of the hackle already standing straight out. We're getting our peacock, we're getting hackle, and we're getting CDC all at the same time. And the end result is going to be a fly with a lot of movement and a whole lot of flotation.
Don't forget to take that thing up.
And we're about right there, so we'll tie that down. And we're ready to snip off the excess. Get rid of that. And get our thread base down here for our elk hair. The whole gist of this fly is just to show you what you can do with that loop dub method. We have peacock, we have hackle, and we have CDC all intertwined within there, making a very durable body. Next what we'll do is tie in our wing, and that's going to be some elk hair. And we'll take a little bit of elk hair, or if you like, you can even use deer hair. Come in here and clean out the under fur. And we're going to put it in a hair stacker. This is one of the unique products put out by Stonefly. As you can tell, the tube is clear so you can see your material in there. But the neat trick is you can just twist it and then you can grab your hair. And I got a few fibers there, so they're a little bit too long. Just pull those out. Now we can come in, set our elk hair on top, and just take a few turns of thread and cinch down on it. Make sure it's tied in there nice and tight. Now before I go right to the hook eye, what I like to do is just take a few wraps right in between all the elk hair head area. And that way that elk hair is not going to slip out of there. Now we can come to the hook eye. Another little addition you can make before you tie in your elk hair, you just take a CDC feather and wrap a collar. That way you'll have some longer fibers of the CDC before you tie in your wing. Trim off our thread. Now we'll just bring our elk hair forward, come in. I just like to snip it at the length of the hook eye. And just kind of stick your finger right down in the back of it, spling it out so it goes down along the sides of the fly. And that's what I like to call my CDC hackled elk hair caddis.